right, what's going on, lads? Welcome to episode 8 and the final episode, which will include season 8 in it because next week, season 9. Welcome to episode 8 with obviously myself, Harry Trades, and with me as always, Psufans2, aka Sean Newsom. What's going on, mate?
Yeah, you got to be. It's a sweat for you today because you may or may not be known for shitting down your pants in the last couple games of the season for no reason whatsoever.
I do have previous.
You have shown that previously, and there also is the fact of like the team you're playing is good. It's not like you're playing just a bum team.
No, I'm not playing a shitbag. I'm most definitely playing a very decent team. We're both actually playing very similar formations as well.
Very similar formations, very similar conditions, very similar.
Yes! My centre back, big header. Come on,
let's go. What's funny is I have it open and I was like a split second ahead of you. So like I saw it like stall on that shot. I'm like, oh, that's a good position.
You know when there's a stall.
Yep.
Oh,
it's a pretty even matchup. I would say you have a couple slightly better players, but overall it's pretty even matchup.
Yeah, it's definitely not much in it at all. By the way, it was Ceballos, that scored. I thought it was Adrian. It showed Adrian Davis, no? I thought I saw Davis, but anyway, it was my centre midfielder, not my centre back. I thought it was a monstrous header from Big Davis, my captain, but it wasn't. We are 1-0 up.
Huge, because you don't need to win. You just need to draw.
I do need to draw. First is winning, not that means anything, but Harden and Stanley have definitely run away with the league, so GG's to them. They're playing bottom of the league. So yesterday, Kral Pook beat Nant Villa, who I was rooting for Nant Villa, obviously, because that would have meant I could have went up yesterday. But it wasn't the case. Yeah, they beat them 3-1 in fairness. So big result there, which means that it goes to today. We've got Wild Rover Sport in the building. What's going on, mate? I've not seen you comment before, but appreciate you popping in.
Welcome on in. Yeah, it's definitely a tight one. I mean, luckily you don't need a win. You just need a result, or you could have the team in third also not win. So like you
do me a favor, do me a favor.
Yeah, you got a lot of outs here. Thampton's put up a big game before. We've seen Thampton win on stream in big game matchups. So
we have.
Yeah, it's definitely it's an interesting spot. So if you go up, you're replacing my vacant spot that I'm leaving.
Yeah, that's kind of. I mean, it's quite interesting because I don't know how many leagues would there be in D5 off the top of your head. There's got to be a decent amount, no? 20 odd.
16, I think.
Okay, yeah. So there's a 1 in 16 chance of that happening, like me replacing you, and somehow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here we go. Chance.
No way! I've never. Is that 2 shots, 2 goals? Because I'm not. Yeah, it is. It's literally 2 shots, 2 goals.
You. I had a. So this season, I would say, has gone pretty good for me. There's Bachman. Bachman's excited to see the win. Bachman's got a big title decider today in D2. He plays he's second, down 2 points. He was second and he was even on points yesterday, but like he was never going to win goal differential. Yeah. And he was down 1-0 at halftime, and it was basically like if he loses, he's just dead, and if he wins or if he gets a point, it's basically the same as a win because he's going to have to win today anyways. But he plays first today, down 2 points with a chance to win the league in D2 League 2.
That's massive. What time will that be?
That is at 3 p.m. Eastern, I believe. So
got you.
He has a big game later today in that situation as well. And then, I have some big games today as well. I have a big game at 1 and a big game at 3. So I would say this season has gone pretty well for me in terms of like kind of well. We'll change that. So I'll give a quick rundown here while we're watching the Ashout game. So my D2 team that we talked about, I was able to get up to 3rd place.
Oh, really?
I was able to get up to 3rd place, and I am.
Oh no! Yes.
Yeah, that's a worrisome spot. We need to get the ball here. We need to get the ball back on the other end of the field. Back on the other end of the field.
I've gone to defensive, Sean.
Yeah. So, anyways, was able to get up to third because I got some big results. I think I'm on like I've lost to the first and second best team in the league by like 1 goal. I think I lost each of the games 1-0. Ooh.
Yeah.
And but then I think I went on like a 9-match winning streak, and I like finished the season with a lot of ghosts. But so because of that, I finished the season with a lot of ghosts, and I do play a decent team today. I was able to do a decent training job with the team. Not quite as much as I would have liked. I would have liked like an extra day or two, but at least a decent training session. So I play today with a chance for third. I just need a point today, and I get third. If I lose, I will get fourth because I will lose goal differential, and they're playing a ghost. So I'm just going to assume they're going to win.
Got you. What is the prize difference between 3 and 4?
About 0.1 ETH. So I definitely don't want to drop that. Yeah. And then in my like get up 3. You always feel good when you're up 3-0, right? Like 3-0
would be incredible. That's rarely happens to me.
Yeah,
ever.
I feel great when I'm up 3-0. And then my second team that I took competitively this season is good shot. Ooh. All right, we're getting some shots in here. This is what we like to see.
This is on defensive, Sean.
I mean, even better.
I know. I just don't know how it's happening. Like 6-1. Wow.
David Taylor said to Harry, "You're the type of guy he's been livid at all season. Both of his losses came after 20-plus shots, scoring 1, whilst the opponent had 3 or 4 and scored 3. Definitely know that. So yesterday, this goes into this conversation in that D2 team.
Yeah.
Or no. So my other team, my D4 team, that is going up, but rebound chance. Let's go! Let's go!
That is so huge on defensive as well.
Let's go! You love to see it.
That is massive.
3-0. Looking good.
Brains tried to get into me yesterday and say start the game defensive, and I won't lie, Brains. That might be a pen. Yeah,
that's definitely a pen. Let's hope there's no card attached to it.
No. This is like.
I mean, if it was my team, this is going out of the stands for sure.
Yeah, I think it's going to go wide. Come on.
I don't like your chances here. It's a little too late. Oh, he missed it!
I told you to save. Yes. He's missed the pen. Everything's going my way.
Let's go. Everything's coming up, Harry Trades. You love.
I needed this considering last year you blew it, but
you bottled last season pretty hard.
I really did. By the way, David Taylor, this doesn't happen normally to me. Like I never score 3.
No,
I say 3. Yeah, 3 goals in what?
Trying
9 shots. That doesn't happen.
He's trying. So So anyway, so my D4 team, I have been leading the league by like a goal or by like a point for like 10 game weeks, and I've just like held on, but like I am like clinging. So yesterday I was up 2-0 at half in the second to last game of the season, and I conceded 2 and was drawing at the like 70th minute, and they got a red card. I'm like, oh god, I'm not going to score. But then my guys, the boys came through, pulled the win out 3-2, and I play like a half ghost team today, which all I need is to win. But like, if I lost yesterday, I don't think that they were going to drop points because I actually think that their team is actually quite a bit better than mine. The team that's in first, and they play like I just think they're going to win. So I was like, oh man. So that went up. Unfortunately, though, like I said, this has been just a battle the whole way through the end of the season. And even like third place and stuff were really close. I got like no training in on this team at all.
And what team is this? Sorry,
This is my Kuthwar team in D4.
Oh, yeah. Got you.
And then my other D4 team, this is the same team that last season just shit their pants every game and just couldn't win, and they shit their pants again. So like in the middle of the season, I was in 5th, and I was like 7 points out of 4th, and like 12 out of moving up. And I'm just like, fuck it, and just like completely forfeited the rest of the season and trained everybody as much as possible. Like so much so that right now I have only like 4 dudes right now that haven't trained fully, and all of them are injured because I trained them to 20%.
Wow. That's
crazy. Oh, 4-0.
My God. We've done it.
I think we're going up, Harry.
We have to be up at this point now.
I think we're going up.
Holy
and then
moly,
my
this doesn't
last
feel real.
team in Division 5, I literally was 10 points up with like 7 games to go. And I was like, all right, well, this is pretty much wrapped up. Because I played like, I was just like, this is pretty going to be hard for me to like bottle this. So I literally started training the shit out of that team too. And I have 5 guys that I couldn't train anymore and everyone's injured.
Oh my God.
But like they only have 1 spot left. So like I was like, all right, cool. 4-1. All right.
Oh no.
Let's see if we can get a bottle job in here.
Oh no. I did not need to see that just before.
No,
half.
you don't want that just before half. So anyways, I felt like it was a pretty good season. I thought my ceiling in I thought my range of outcomes in D2 was like 2nd to 7th. So getting 3rd feels pretty good. I'm going to win one of my D4s. My other D4, I didn't think I would win. I thought I would get like 2nd or 3rd, but I'm going to get 5th. But I got like a clear 5th or 6th by like 2 weeks ago. So I was able to train the shit out of it. So I was like, that's fine. And then D5, I was able to win and train the shit out of my team. So all in all, like I got a lot of training in that I was happy about. And
No. Oh my God, what is going on? This is on defensive as well. Oh, no. He must have gone ultra attacking.
Oh
no.
That's not
wow,
good.
Look at that. 4 shots, 2 goals for him. Can we? Oh, the tease.
Not a great end of the half there. Not a great end.
Yeah, that early premature celebration that was, wasn't it? 4-0.
Yeah, wow. David's talking about the match end, and he feels like there's the match engine's been pretty good this season. Yeah, I would say it's been mostly good. I've actually, the one thing I will say, and not this is good or bad, I've noticed a lot of teams losing or giving up points to Ghost way more frequently than I have in previous seasons.
Fair, okay.
Like I saw a team in D2 like give points to a Ghost like 3 times.
Really? What? And he didn't rotate to like his shit team, or he did?
It shouldn't matter because even the shit teams are better. But like I think they had like legit-ish teams and dropped points to Ghost, and I was like the team that finished 2nd in D2. In my D2, I'm going to check it real quick. He has 53 points. He has 17, 2-2. One of his non-wins is against a Ghost.
Wow.
And he's going up in D2. Like he's 9 points clear of me, and he dropped points to a Ghost.
Jesus. Do we think that should be happening, really? Like
I think you should lose to Ghost occasionally. Like I think if you run a full shit team, you should lose to a Ghost. Like let's say like a full shit team would be like 35s versus a Ghost team that's like 17s. Like you should lose 10 to 15% of the time. If you're running like a full normalized team, you should lose like 0.2% of the time.
Oh wow, okay.
And I feel like it's been really good. I feel like it's still good. Like most people are still obviously winning against Ghost, but like I said, I've seen a few teams drop points to Ghost, which has been a bit concerning.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, is there any Ghosts in your D5 that I'm hopefully going into?
Let's see.
I mean,
D5,
of course that can change. But...
There were 2 Ghosts in the D5. Actually, I think it was 1.
Oh, wow.
There was 1 Ghost in the D5.
Got you.
And then there was everyone else played. So you're going into a league that will have like the 6 guys that the 6 people that are remaining in the league, your team is probably worse than all 6 of them.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
By a lot?
Your team's not worse than all 6 of them. Your team is competitive with like the 2 of the 6 at the bottom. And then I think your team is probably competitive to even the 3rd, because I'm trying to look at your team real quick again, because you have a couple. The issue is you don't have a lot of the mid-50s guys, and these teams have a lot of the mid-50s, but they don't have like the 72s that you have.
Yeah, I struggle with like the balance right now, you know. Yeah, that's my problem.
Your team, if you add some mid-50 guys, I think your team would be just as good as all these teams that are remaining.
Okay, that's
because nobody. You will have the best player in the league. That 72 is the best player looking at these teams.
Got you.
The guy that's in 3rd's team is pretty solid, but
Really?
Yeah, no one has an outlandish squad in that league, which is what you
And
want.
then it's just whoever's coming down from D4.
Correct. Whoever's coming down from the D4, then 2 teams going up, including the winner of your league, which
I've beaten already. Like I've beaten once.
So like they're not going to be that much better. So at least of the teams that we know, 8 of the teams, including yourself, are all at least comparable.
Okay. I mean, we're talking as if I'm going up now. I'm only 2 goals.
Well, that is true. What's the score in the Thampton game?
It's 1-1 actually.
Okay, so like Thampton's trying to give you some help at least.
Oh, look at that, 41-43 they scored.
Right back and forth. Thampton was like, we can't let our guy go down like that.
We're back. Second half has kicked off.
Oh
my God, I've scored.
Yep.
I've scored.
Okay.
Nigel Lloyd, my cam. That is huge.
The bleeding. The bleeding has been stopped.
I did go back to balance, so I don't know whether that was my tactical masterclass there.
Brains in the mud. Brains in the mud.
Yeah,
now.
Brains is mudded again.
Yeah, defensive was not working anymore.
I can't believe you finished 3rd in D2. That's kind of like the best possible outcome, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I was actually okay going up because I think if I went up, I could have ghosted D1 next season, got my academy mints, which I would have liked. And I have, so next season now, I'm going to have a D2, a D3, and and 3 D4s.
Holy moly. So they're all sort of condensing now, you know?
So I actually think I would have preferred to go up because if I went up, I would have ghosted there and I would have been able to take the other team seriously. And now instead, I'm going to be in a situation where I have to make a decision of like what leagues I'm going to ghost. Because I'll probably have to ghost one. Because I don't have enough players to do 5 teams. I only have enough to do 4, which is my intention. Like I only really want 4.
I mean, if you know you've just got 3rd, this year. Like, there's no way you get worse next year, really. So,
oh no, I could. I mean, so the issue is that the teams in the top 2 are going to be replaced by teams that are better than the top 2 this season. I think.
Brain's hitting back to you. He said his team goes on defensive all the time, and that is his.
I don't see 21-0 Brains. I see some draws in there. I don't see all the wins. So, anyways, I think the 2 teams that are going up,
Thampton are winning.
Oh, you're golden. We can't jinx this as much as I want.
Surely
we're going up now. Surely there's no doubt in anyone's mind about us going up here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I think the 2 teams that are going up are going to be replaced by 2 teams that are getting relegated that we're ghosting that will be better than what the 2 teams that are going up are. And then I think we have 4 ghosts in the D2. I don't think we're going to have 4 ghosts in the D2 next year. So like I think that my D2 will be stronger than next year, which is actually so the other D2 is so bad. Like
was it like the other league?
Yeah, the other league is like so much worse than the league I'm in.
Really?
Yeah, like it's so much worse. Like Mazza's in 4th. Mazza's team is not that much better than yours.
What?
It's better than yours, but like it doesn't look like my team does.
So there's a soft D2 and a harder D2 right now.
Yeah, there's a really soft D2 and a really hard.
Do you think you would have won it this year? Like that D2 maybe?
I don't think so. The 2 teams at the top in that D2 are really good, but my team would have been the 3rd best team, I think, in that D2. My team on paper was probably like the 6th or 7th best team in my D2.
Got you. Wow. So you outperformed your specific league, but
yeah. I could have. So like the team that's winning the other league is not that much better than me. The team in 2nd is that much better than me, but they're just 2nd. But they're playing for the title today. So like assuming Bachman's team wins, his team is much better than mine. The team that is winning currently, my team is comparable to. So I would say I would probably, if I was in the other D2, my team would be like 2B. In my D2, my team is like 6.
Okay.
Or 5th or something.
I think you're probably going to ghost one of your D4s.
Probably. I'll have to look at the D3 to see like what the D3 looks like. But good shot, one of my D4s will be where I ghost, I would think.
Yeah, because there's surely more on the line in D2, D3 for you.
Yeah. I would rather I would rather my teams be in D3. That's like where I would like my teams to be longer term. There we go.
We've done it.
We're
away again. 4 points, 4 goal difference.
4 goals.
Surely I don't bottle.
Leading. Just no doubts here at all.
I think I've scored 6 goals.
Golden goal update.
Oh no. Oh my god.
Shocking. They changed the golden goal again on So Harry.
What?
Yeah, because no one could fucking hit the number.
Well, I'm not shocked. I told them on the live stream I did. Remember with Dan, with whoever was. Remember me and Gator. I said it's before the season started. I said 650 points is astronomical, and nobody's ever really gonna hit it. And
no. The only person that's hit the super golden goal is me.
Yeah,
and that's after they lowered it, and I wouldn't have hit the normal number.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So they're doing the same thing they did before, where they're putting the number at the ridiculous amount, and then they're lowering it to the same numbers they did earlier in the season. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked with that because it popped up on my alert. So,
they put that on Twitter? Or?
No, they might have. I don't know. It just showed up on Sower. Like I had the alert, so like I clicked on it, and that was what it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, so did your D8 team end up, or was it your D7 team? Was it D7 team?
No, you're right. At the first, it was D8. It was D7, got relegated, and I did win D8. So
look at you moving back. Yeah. Now, what is your plans for that team? Will you just are you just still using it as like a training ground team?
I don't know, mate, honestly, because now I'm going up to D5, and like you're saying, I'm definitely going to need to strengthen. I really don't know if I should just like maybe condense back down to 1.
Yeah, or you can use your D5 team next season as like your training team, and your D7 team as like a legit team, so that it goes up to D6.
But then do you think I'm wasting, not to say my team's unbelievable right now, but like, am I wasting a 72 back in D7 again? I know I've done it for 2 seasons, but
are you going to waste him in D5 too? I mean, realistically, I think if you're going up to D5, you're going to have to buy some guys.
Right. Which I'm happy to do. I just mean, is my sort of cleanest way of doing that is maybe just shutting up shop my new D7, and sort of condensing that into like 3 guys or whatever, 4 guys that I need for the the new D5. I only won it by 1 point, which is just hilarious.
Oh, tight. Oh yeah, today too. Yeah.
But like my players aren't like I've been training the living shit out of them really, but like none of these are really gonna do too much right now. I've got a couple guys like Kwame will be good.
Yeah.
I've got a couple guys that'll be like 59s, 58s at some point, but they're nowhere near it right now. So
no, the issue is that I think I think you're like a couple seasons off from being competitive in D5 without buying a few guys.
Right.
Yeah, David asked, do you think the reward changes will help you though, Harry? Now you earn more for surviving D5 rather than winning D7. Yeah, it's that. Which again, hey, that's what we talked about. Like that's
I'm not going into D5 thinking like I'm going to buy enough guys to go up again. I don't really want to do that. I'm more than happy just to be alive in D5 next year.
Yeah, you want to like have a fighting shot to get up to like 3rd.
Yeah, 3rd is my best target, possible basically.
Yep, I'm looking at my gallery to see. Yeah, I definitely got some guys you can come by.
Yeah, we'll do. Well, I mean, Gonzalez is still up for sale if you need him.
How old is he now? He's 29.
28, 29.
Turning 29. He's a 72. Honestly, he doesn't do me any. I needed him last season.
Yeah.
Because this season I was able to train. So I'll give you an example here of my DMs. So I did buy a DM last season that I think we did discuss at one point. That was a 76. He's up to a 78 now.
Wow.
So then I bought that Kevin Todd guy that we a little more icing. I bought that Kevin Todd guy that we talked about a lot.
Yeah.
I thought this was hilarious. I got him as a 62 this season. What do you think he is now? No, 66.
Oh, it's Kevin Todd. Yeah, that card you wanted for ages.
I got him as a 62 or 63. What do you think he's at now?
Wow, I've gone again. 69.
71.
What?
I think there's actually, so this actually might not even be right. I actually might have him I think I have him at 71, but I think something was showing incorrectly. Actually, no, you know what? I got to check one thing with him.
That's ridiculous.
Because what team was he on? Not that team. I think
this is a demolition job, by the way.
this team. Yeah, you guys, the boys came to play today. They decided they didn't want another choke.
They couldn't be double chokers, could they? Come on.
So I was able to train Todd 8 times this season. So he was a 63 to start the season. He's now 71. But I also played him 9
games.
Yeah, so I played him 9 games and trained him 8, which I thought was absurd.
That's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, Bachman, that is true. When I picked him up, he had 5 additional.
We won 10.
This team wasn't that bad. You're beating.
We won 10.
All because you switched to balance. I don't know, Brains.
I don't know. Brains is mudded, by the way.
I don't know, Brains. I'm not sure. So yeah, so Todd had 5 open spots of training that I was able to start the season with. So like, and then I used the coach training. If it wasn't for coach training, I wouldn't have really been able to get him up there.
I was going to say, did you? Yeah, you must have coach trained.
Yeah. So anyway, so I have Todd, and then I have 2 rares, Mark Marie and Gerhard Bauer, that are also both 70 and 69 respectively now. And then I have Cesar da Silva, who is a 68 DM as well, that can get up to a 72. So like last season, if I had your guy for this season right now, he would. that might be true. That might be true.
That could be true.
Yeah, but you like to win flashy here. We don't need those.
Right, yeah.
We don't need to become Atletico Madrid like Brains over there.
Exactly. Boring style of football.
But so anyways, like your guy last season at the start of this season would have been like 6-7 points clear of all these other guys, because I was able to train Todd 8 times this season, Marie 6, Bauer 5. So like these guys all were like 7-8 points away from him. Now they're like right next to him. So like he would.
So you've got a ton of DMs now.
Yeah, so he just isn't as important to me.
That's fine. I get it. Well, I mean, looking back, I had an offer of 0.06. I think the highest I had, I could have snap accepted.
Yeah.
Looking back, I'm finishing second, obviously, in this league. I basically win just under 0.06. Like, it's hard to say whether or not I would have finished second without him or not, but let's just argue I wouldn't. Really.
I feel pretty confident that you probably finished 3rd or 4th without him. Because you didn't have to train him at all, so you probably played him like 15 plus times.
Yeah, I think he played as many as I sort of could. Yeah, I think he was 72 to start the season as well. So yeah. You're right. So in that sense, he's helped me yield 0.052 or whatever it is to win. Yeah, it was probably smart to keep him in the end. Looking back, obviously it's easy to say. We're up D5.
Let's go.
Ashdown Stanley. No more bottle boys. I'm ready for
going up.
I'm ready for D5, baby. I really, really am. 9-3. I've not. And Kralpok actually lost in the end, which is
see, you didn't have to worry about it.
I didn't even need to score the 9. So what was it in the end? 6 points. 6 points on 3rd. 5 points off top. Looking back, I mean, I guess technically it didn't matter, but that win against Harden Stanley a few weeks ago, last week, whenever it was massive, really. Like beating top of the league, because it would have been a lot more dicier than it ended up
so like
being.
if you end up finishing 4th, let's say you don't have him and you finish 4th, it would have been a difference of 0.03 ETH this season. Like just this season. Like if you I don't know. I think that there's
and I don't go up and I don't get an academy mint. I don't get D5 academy mint.
Yeah. So like there's a lot of factors that go into it. So like being perfect with it. All right. You ready for my trivia question? I told you I had a funny for you.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, I forgot about that. Let's do it.
All right, let's go to Wing Sale.
Let's do it.
I told Harry we had a funny for him, so you guys can all get this trivia. Bachman knows the answer because I already talked about it. All right, who is my leading scorer this season?
Let's have a look. DMs center.
There are 2 people tied, so like there's a second one, but I forget who that one is.
Well, an 84 rated center back feels really high. Esposito. Ooh, cheeky little left back. It's not the forward. We can just. You
are correct. It is not the forward.
Dash him off the list. It's got to be someone.
Actually, there are 2 that are tied for the lead.
And they're either forwards, like either set forward.
One of the forwards is tied for the lead. It's not the one you would think.
Okay. I'm being drawn to the bloody centre back, but I don't think it is the centre back. That would just be a little bit too absurd. I'm gonna go with the right back for some reason. I don't know why.
Click on the hit. So the leader had 10 goals.
Okay. 3. No goals. Okay, so I got it wrong.
You did get it wrong.
Oh, that's annoying. Was it the centre back?
It was not the center back, but I think he did at least score. I remember his name coming up. No, never mind.
Well, okay.
Did not score. You got to go a little bit lower down the list.
Left back? Haminsky?
You got to go a little lower down the list.
Rossi?
You got to keep going a little lower down the list.
It can't be a DM.
You got to go a little lower down the list.
Oh my god. It's not Guy Fournier.
He is the forward that was tied for the lead.
Okay. There's no way he's down here.
He's actually further.
Don't tell me you just stat padded on the.
I didn't stat pad him, but like.
Well, no, I mean, like, did he score in the ghost games? Because, like, I can't count those.
Norman Johnson is the team's leading scorer.
No way. Yep. That is hilarious.
10 goals. 10 goals in 8 games.
That's a great ratio. Like more than a goal a game. Like
great ratio. Norman only comes to play when the cupcakes are out, and he's able to do it.
I mean, he wants his goal bonus. What can we say?
David asked, "What are the usual ratings for a D5 Academy?" So I am going to preface this by saying that we do believe stuff is going to be a little bit different next year. So like I do think that D5 Academies could be better. But last season in D5, the Academy guys are like they range, my guys that I currently have not minted range from 33 to 43.
Yeah. I can deal with like, low 40s. I think I could like happily mint a couple of that, easily mint a couple of them.
Yeah. Like I have an attacking mid right now that I haven't minted that is a 43 overall turns into an 61 is his max.
That's pretty good for me. Like that would work for me. I mean, I don't need a cam, but yeah, that would. Well, actually, I do need a backup cam. Actually, what's the minting price?
0.014.
0.0. Okay, so it's like 40% more expensive than what I'm paying right now. Basically, I think. Yeah.
But once you then I go up to D4. My D4 mints are like between 40 and 50. But I think stuff is going to be a little bit more compact, and I think there's going to be bigger gaps. So what I've noticed, and you and I have sort of talked about it, D2, my range in D2 is 48 to 55. My range in D5 is like up to 50 or up to 45. It's like, but the gap in D1, like D1, your range is like 55 to like 65, and then D2, your range is like 45 to 55, and then D5 it's like 35 to 40. So like the gap doesn't really make sense.
Right, like the top of D5 is basically the bottom of D2 is what you're saying.
Yeah, so like I think that there's a potential that the I don't know what it's going to be next season, because like I think D2, D3, D4 probably need to go up a little bit, and D5's probably fine. But like the range in D5, like the range in D1, let's say like this is what I think would make sense. D1 it's like 55 to 65. D2 is 50 to 60. D3 is 45 to 55. D4 is 42 to 52. D5 is 40 to 50, something like that. So I think it needs to like be a little bit more gap.
What's the name of your D5? Sorry, Sean, that's going up.
The Stand And. I believe that's my D5.
So this is the league I'd probably go into?
This is the league you're going into.
Wow, the points are really low, no?
Yeah, Ut City played. Like, they had a legit team.
Okay.
I don't think they were a ghost. And Leo Bergat wasn't a ghost either.
Let's have a look.
But, like, these are the teams that are getting relegated. They didn't ghost.
Wow, yeah, that's way better than mine.
I don't have an answer for like what happened to him.
Huh.
I don't know why he was relegated.
Yeah, they've got like minimum 5 silvers so far, everyone.
Yeah, I think he played played a lot of his lower guys. David asks, is the mint price for the Star Academy player going to be more expensive? We don't know that yet. My understanding is no. I think what they're going to do is they're just going to make sure you get at least one good mint every team, where it's that mint is a legit good player. The issue is going to be when you drill the left forward and you're I don't. Or wing back, left wing back is your star player for the season. You're
Your microphone's making a weird noise.
I think it's because is it good now?
No.
Well, I'll keep talking. Is it good right now?
Bit better. It's like an oceany noise.
So I can hear outside the lawn mowing services here. So it must be. Is it coming back up heavily now? Because they're coming back.
Yeah. I can hear it
back and forth through my window.
That's funny, mate. So this is 8th, which didn't get relegated.
Correct.
That's still better than mine.
Yeah, but the thing is you have the upside. You really need to go to your team, and you need that mid-50s guys.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be really fair, you can buy mid-50 guys for not that much.
I mean, I've got a little
cohort,
but I need to fill up this little bit here. Correct. I need 5 guys in here.
Yeah, those next 8 players need to be in the low to mid 50s. And if they do, the thing is if they do, you have the best team in the league because you have the 2 best players.
Fine. Okay. Yeah.
So and you can go out there and not pay that much. I'm just looking, obviously, what position would you need? I'm center back. Everyone needs.
Let's go center mid because I'm actually losing my 50 rated center.
Center mid.
Well, actually, no. I've got I don't know.
So, all right, you can go buy on the market, straight up off the market right now. And to be honest, I think we both would agree, more people will be on the market tomorrow after.
For sure.
Because people will wait till after the season, then they'll start listing them and stuff. On the market right now, there is a 57 overall center mid that is 25 years old that can get up to a 63, and he is 0.026.
That feels reasonable.
Yeah, so and that's obviously the most important position. If you look at a DM, let's look at a DM. There's a 23-year-old DM that is a 56 overall that can get to a 57 that is 0.02 ETH.
So I bought this Manuel Moranoff Bachmann.
Yeah.
Who's got he can go to a 60.
Yeah, he go to 67.
67. But he's not going to play until other guy dies.
Yeah, realistically,
he plays, but
correct. Realistic world, realistically, what makes the most sense for you probably is you probably want to buy 6 to 8 guys, and then you want to move Moran down to D5 or to D7 and let Moran play shitloads of minutes and get his training. Because next season you could get Moran 1,500 minutes and train him 4 times.
Right. Yeah.
Which that for you is way better than that, because the issue is I mean you have at least some guys that are competitive enough in the D2 or in the D5, and winning D5, which your team could in theory do, is 0.2 ETH.
Yeah, that would be huge.
So you could probably spend 0.2 ETH during the off season and then win 0.2 ETH from winning the league, and then you have those 6 guys going forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely not out of the realm. The good thing is I know that one of my big center mids is dying fine, but the guy I bought off you, he's 40. I know it's not huge right now, but he's 46 already. There's a little, and I've already got a really nice rated center back. I've already got a really nice rated cam in Nigel Lloyd, who's 23.58. The big positions are kind of covered-ish. Obviously, depth is obviously needed. I definitely need another. If I'm going to keep with this formation, I need another left. I don't actually own another left forward outside of Wolfgang. So I either buy a better one or one that goes under him, probably a better one because they're cheap-ish. That makes me feel a little bit better. But going again with him, I have quite a few center mids.
Left forward. So on the market right now, there's a 59 overall left forward that is 25 years old that is 0.025 ETH.
Okay, so .025 seems to be the sort of benchmark for all these type of players. Would he be a silver?
Like, I mean, great example though is like you go buy 8 of these type of guys.
You
spend 0.2 ETH, and you have these guys for like 7-8 seasons if you buy them like the right ones that are like the right options, and it's just like it is doable.
Oh no!
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm only looking. I have my filter set to only 25 and under. So like you're going to see guys that are cheaper that you can buy that are like older, and maybe you get like 2 seasons out of. Like maybe, but obviously be careful with this because these guys.
Yeah, I want a bit of longevity, don't I?
Like, yeah, I mean, look at Samuel Basualdo, like a different position than you run, but like right there on the left.
This guy.
And the key with these guys is like these guys like are good enough to play D4 too.
Interesting. Okay.
So like if you buy Basualdo, like he's good enough eventually to be a D4 player because your team right now is probably a low tier D5 team.
Right. Yeah. At best.
Yeah, but like it's not far off from being a like high tier D5 team, low tier D4 team, which is like, and you can use your 49s and stuff as like backup players, and like they can play some games, just not your obviously main starter. But like, yeah, Miguel Garcia under 0.02 ETH, and he's a 56 and he's 25. Like, not saying like you definitely want to buy him per se, but like you could go and try to find some guys that are in that range. Like I definitely have some guys that I could sell you that are probably in that range that would make sense.
Yeah, they don't cost an arm and a leg. I was hoping he would be a bit younger than that.
No, they're not that expensive to play, and like some of these dudes can play up to like D4. So like what I always like to do is I like to buy guys that have a range of like this guy can play up divisions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a minimum.
Yeah, because if I'm buying a guy that's like this guy's a D4 guy, I'm buying him for D4, and he just can never go to a D3 player, then it just doesn't really work. Whereas like what I try to do is I try to buy a D4 player that has the ability to go up to a D2 player eventually, and then like he can build with me as I go up type of thing.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head. That is the strategy. Like you have to be doing that basically.
But like, yeah, so like I mean, I have
if this guy here was a left forward, he would be like kind of perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I have a couple guys that like I could probably sell you. The issue is I'm pretty much like right now I'm like where I want to be with my guys. Yeah, Alan Dubois makes sense.
Yeah, like, that's solid. That's really solid.
The only thing I will say is what I think makes most sense for you though is like make sure you age guys well. If you have like a 25-year-old, you probably don't want another 25-year-old. You probably want a 22-year-old, or like if you have a 22-year-old, like 25-year-old might be okay type of thing.
Space them out 3 years roughly.
You got to give him some spacing in that like makes.
This guy seems okay. Sent him in 57.
Yeah, I have my chat open real quick.
He can go to a 63.
Yeah, so like a 63 is a D4 player. Like 63 can play in D4.
Yeah.
Because like I mean, let me look at my D4s real quick. But like I'm pretty sure like at least some of the D4 teams, like obviously it depends what league you're in, but like in my D4 team, so this is my D4 team, a 62 player is like my 10th best player.
Wow. Okay.
But like I mean, like it's not far off of some of my other players, and like I would use like a 62 is like you're using that player. So like looking at third place, so like they're staying in D2, a 62 for the guy in third place would be his 5th best player.
Yeah.
So like that's very clearly like a D4 level player eventually. So like I think buying guys like that you can move up with a little bit is great because D4 pays really well. Like I think D4 pays
I'm sure like 0.34.
0.3 ETH. Yeah, 0.3 for winning D4. Like, and even if you get like third in D4, it's 0.112.
So I've just been approached by one of our good friends, and he's shown me a young left forward, left wing, right forward sort of player. 18 years old, unminted though. He can go to a 77.
Is it Bachman?
Yes.
What team's he on?
I don't know. His name's Rodrigo Martinez. I don't know the name of the. It's a red badge. If you know any of his badges.
The only issue, I guess, is like, is he a silver?
He is a silver, yeah. 55.
Yeah, so like, I mean, sorry, what team's he on? He's on so this is his D2 Academy mints.
Got you.
So let me check him out. So he's an 18, so D2. Yeah, but the issue is here's the issue.
Go on.
D2 Academy mint is 0.0682.
I know. So it's like 3 times more expensive than like.
Yeah, and he's not going to sell them to you just for that price. Probably, I'm assuming he'll want like 0.075 or 0.08.
Right.
So like,
back does be some nice deals sometimes.
Well, yeah, but he's not going to go below the mint price.
No, not below. No, let's just call it. I'm not saying he's going to say this, but if it was 0.07, let's just call it or whatever. Yeah, like.
Yeah, like I have a CM in my D2 mint that is a 50 overall that can get up to a 70, and he's I would mint him for you and sell him to you for mint price.
Bachman said he'd do mint price.
Yeah, so like I would do mint price on this guy too. So like if you wanted mint price, like there is definitely pass. The issue is like I think you need.
Is that like, overkill though?
Well, you need like 8 guys.
Right. So and I can't afford to have 8 guys like him, really.
Correct. So like you need 8 guys. So like is buying him and 4 guys better than buying 8 guys? Probably not for where you're at currently. Let's see what I have in my D3. Yeah, the issue is like I do have a goaltender that in my D3 that I would sell at mint that he's actually pretty good.
I'm just gonna look up position. See what's actually on the market. Not that OpenSea's amazing. So, like this guy, Shitu, great name. 57. I mean, he can only go to a 61. Yeah. But like, I'm paying one. Yeah, I mean, I'm paying half, but like, he's not that good, and he's 7 years older. Like, wait, there, you're muted. Are we losing you?
Sorry, no, you're not. Sorry, I muted myself. I was blowing.
Oh, you're good. Sorry.
Yeah, the only issue is like this guy is a D4 player. Shitu. Like Shitu is a D4 player. He's going to be like he can play. Maybe he can be a D4 player. Mm-hmm. The guy that Bachman has, D2. That's a D2 card.
Yeah.
So like, are you eventually going to get him up to a
I'll never get to D2, really. Let's be honest.
No. So, like, the issue is, like, you're buying a D2 player who's a D2 player. Can you, like, again, another question, though, and this is another part of the equation is, like, all right, let's say you buy that guy. Can you sell him then? Like, could you sell him in 3 seasons for what you paid or 4 seasons? Like, maybe.
He's a 20-year-old, what, maybe 66, 67? No, is that too much? Yeah.
No, so what's he starting at? He starts as a 57.
Yeah, 55, sorry.
55. You could probably have him into the low to mids. The issue is you got to play the shit out of him, and I don't know how much training you're going to be able to get to him. It would depend where you finish in the table, because like if you finish like in a spot in the table where you can train the shit out of him and play the shit out of him, you could probably have him up to like mid to high 60s after 3 seasons.
And what's interesting is if I did the coaching on him, would that, because like he could be a left wing at the same level, you know?
The issue, I guess, is just the position sucks.
The left forward, right forward. I mean, yeah,
left forward, right forward, left wing just isn't the most coveted position.
Fine, like you'd rather him to be what, a left wing, right wing.
Well, I mean, look here, see like what is the lowest price on like a 65 rated left forward.
Mm-hmm. What? Say that again. Sorry, 65.
What is like the price on like a 65 forward that's like 22?
Like left forward, yeah.
See if you can find a 65-ish forward that's like 22-ish.
Let's have a look.
Not even 22. Actually, look for earlier than 22. Look for 19 to 21. Yeah. So like, let's see if there's like a comparable player. So,
65, 21.
Yeah, so that would probably be a comparable player, but he's not sold. But like, so like you could realistically probably get close to mint price on him, maybe eventually.
Mm-hmm. And he's got 3 positions, not 2. Not 1. Sorry, like this guy.
Yeah, maybe that makes sense. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not opposed to it. I just, can my money be spent splitting that 0.07 into 2 players, right? Like, that's my thinking, basically.
The issue, not even 2, like 3, realistically.
Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah.
Because the issue is looking at your team. I mean, I think you need.
I definitely need
you
a
need
left
at
forward.
least 6 to 8 guys.
Yeah.
To realistically compete at D5.
I'm just looking here, centre back wise. Who have I got to really? I mean, yeah, I need another centre back for sure. Yeah. Right, 100%.
So I need your goalie's probably all right, and your backup like fine. Yeah, you probably need at least a center back because you need another mid-50 center back.
Yeah, definitely need a nice centre back.
Yep.
Definitely need a left forward.
Definitely need some center mids.
So centre mid, you're looking at
either or.
Yeah, I'd say at least 1 centre mid.
Yeah.
So that's at least 3, maybe 4. Let's call it all together, and then these right wing, left wing are just like backup players.
Yeah.
My backup cam is only a 40, so like
you need a better backup cam.
Not ideal. And then right forward can grow a little bit, but he's fine, whatever. For Ron Moore, who I want to play all the time, and then like I said, I definitely need 4. I'd say 5 is like ideal, isn't it? If I had 5 more players.
Well, you need some depth too. Like, you realistically can't be rolling out like 42s. So like, if your backup is like a 40, like you said, like you realistically can't run that out.
No, I mean, who can I take up with me? I've got a couple of not just 40s, but not great. Like,
like none of these guys are gonna do it. Like, none of these guys are gonna right now. Like, eventually they can be that depth guy for you, but like right now they're not.
Like, this goalie will be a depth goalie for me for sure.
Yeah,
like
for sure. Not there yet. He needs to play, and he won't be there. So like, I think you probably need 6 to 8 guys. So like, is buying one that has a lot more growth for you longer term better?
And will retain his value on paper. Let's just,
Yeah.
Backman says true 45 is not gonna right, but I'm not even in D4, right? I'm in D5, so I don't know whether that changes things, but
no, but like a D5 backup probably needs to be in the low 50s.
Got you.
Realistically, like, I mean, my D5, like, again, my D5 team is different than everyone else's, but like my D5 team, my backups are in the low to mid 50s, probably high.
Okay, yeah, you're probably right. I think not max, but like 8 players would probably do it if I can get a couple on the. But then you got to think, well, like, how do I factor in my academy guys into this? Like, do any of those come into the 8?
Well, that's like, I think you need to wait and see your academy, because like your academy mints might be impactful. Mm-hmm. Like, they might not be, or like maybe like if Bachman's guy was a different position, it would probably be a lot more appealing.
If it was like a center mid, but then
if it's a CM, if you could get a CM that has like that sort of ability, like that makes it a lot more appealing. If my CM was a bit better, I mean, granted though, if my CM was better, I would have minted him.
Got you. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, I'm not going to get the best of the best because you would have minted him, right? Of course.
Correct. And that's the case with most people. But like my CM is fine. Like, he has He has the ability to get to 70. He's not bad at all. I think he's a totally reasonable player. So like, that is a better thing than a left forward, right forward in theory. Like, if it was a center back, like let's say you could get a center back with those same traits, that's a lot better card, because the center back's going to be a lot easier to move than a left forward, right forward. Like, I literally don't even look at left forward, right forward, because like I don't have that formation. So if you have guys that are only in certain formations, then a lot less people are looking at them when they're looking to buy.
This Shitu guy is actually probably the best left forward on the market right now, as far as like price to like age to rating right now to potential. Like, not that he's going to ever be amazing. He's going to be 61, but like, for like, if I could get that for 0.02, you probably take that, then you maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's one of those things. I think you're moving up to D5. Winner of D5 is 0.2 ETH. Third is like 0.1. Right. So like, you don't need to win to pay these guys off if you're paying them cheap enough. And like,
for sure.
Again, I do think if you buy these guys, you have the potential to win. So like, if you buy these guys, like, you could win. And if you do win, like, that guy can play D4 if you want him to. Or if you don't want him to play D4, like, he is not. as a higher end D5 player, that price seems totally fine.
Yeah. But then, like, yeah, you get into the, like, if I'm looking at center mids, let's just say, for example, like, we're going to be looking at obviously a lot more expensive, right? But then you said there was one that wasn't terrible, right?
I think I saw Yoon. Like, that was the guy that it's not terrible.
Like, just off the bat, he looks fine, like.
Right. You just lose a couple years off of him, which, like, does hurt. Like, even for you, like, if you're going to be in D5 and stuck in D5, like, Oliveira for cheaper with multiple extra years might make more sense than someone like Yoon, because he just gets you the more years. But, like, neither of these guys, like, look that appealing to me. Again, it goes to what your team is. Like, you need to have proper age spacing. If you just buy, like, right now, I have two positions right now. My right wing position is just a dumpster fire where everybody is like the exact same age, and it's like a disaster. And then I think my right back is like the same. Yeah, my right back, like, I'm going to lose all my good right backs within like a 2-year window, which is not what I want.
No, not at all. I've just added the lower age bracket.
Yeah, remove the high end, because I don't think you really want the super high age guys.
No, that's fair. Yeah. So Young comes in as the cheapest at 25, but like you said, yeah, Oliveira's 23, 25, 25, 24, 23 again, a little bit more expensive.
Really, like, there's got to be a young one at some point. There's a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
He does. I mean, he's better. That, like, maybe that's an intro, because it's not that much more a lot of the time. You just got to decide. Right. Like,
so what's that? How many years does he have, Sean? 10, technically?
He has, well, yeah, I'm assuming he'll have less, because, like, all these guys will age one more year in a couple days. So, like, that's another thing you got to be careful of, because, like, these guys are all going to age one more year. But yeah, it is 10 years.
Of course. Yeah.
But, like, so that's another thing, is, like, next time he's not going to be in that same age window. He's going to go up.
Right.
Like, yeah, 0.04 per season when you probably can win 0.1 pretty consistently.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically like 1/25th of a card. Like, obviously, I think you want to make some profit off it. Like, if you think you can make 0.1 a season, you don't want your, like, seasonal cost to be more than like 0.8.
Got you. What about this guy? Hit 23. Oh, 21. Now we're talking.
Yeah, and again, like, you're not losing tons off it.
Yeah, I mean, this guy has a lot more growth. This guy
goes, like, so here's the issue with, like, all right, so Okano, for example, he's 0.041. Does it make more sense then to go buy my center mid mint in D2, who is a 50 right now, but can get up to a 70 and is 16?
And how much is he? Sorry, the same mint price.
Yeah, my guy's 0.0682. So, like, yeah, go do the math for him. He's 0.0682 and he's a 16-year-old. So he'd be a 17-year-old next season. So 14 seasons. So 0.0682 divided by 14.
0.0682 divided with 16.
14.
Just, yeah.
But, like, but he's a lot better.
Right. Yeah, I know.
But, like, is that worth it? Like, maybe that's worth it. I'm not sure.
I mean, it's more worth it than, yeah, for sure, a couple of these guys. Thomas Garcia. But, like, yeah, Brains just said a lot of players will be listed. So,
yeah, a lot more players are going to be listed in the near future. So, like, I don't think, yeah, because, like, my plan is tomorrow.
Well, look at that guy there.
They're going into maintenance mode Thursday.
Yeah.
And so and then when do we see academies and stuff? Friday.
Is it that soon? It might be.
Let's see, announcements. I think it was in one of them the other day. Preseason begins Thursday, so I think we will get academies and stuff on Thursday. So, like, my plan is, like, to go through my academies and then list my players on Thursday. So, like Thursday and Friday of this week, you'll probably see a lot more new players hit the market.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll also know, like, what you're getting in your academies. Because, like, another thing is, like, let's say you get a rare. What's your plan?
To get a rare. Yeah. Well, obviously position dependent, but yeah, I'd be more than happy to obviously mint it and use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I got the choice, it'd be a center mid, wouldn't it? Obviously.
Yeah, center mid's the go-to position if you can get that.
Yeah, Thursday apparently, Brent says. Love it. Yeah. So yeah, what do we say? Right, we said left forward, definitely at least a centre mid, definitely a centre back.
I think you need a backup goalie and you need a backup attacking mid.
Yeah, because my other backups are foot. Yeah, for sure. It's interesting though, because like the centre mids that I have in like my other team, like will get to like the high 50s eventually. It's just like so, but I need a second club to fucking give them this time, right? So it's one of them where I probably do need to keep my second club. Really,
you definitely need to keep your second club because otherwise those guys are just never going to get good enough.
Right.
You have like 5 guys here that will be good enough to be D5 or D4 players, but you need 2-3 seasons of them playing
to do that. So that's my thinking is like, do I even bother going all out on these like centre mid where I know I've got a little cohort coming up at some point in 2 seasons?
Yeah.
Is it better to go for like the option that's just okay for D5 and I might be able to sell them on as D5 players in 2 seasons, you know, and then just bring up my guys. Whereas, do you get what I'm saying? Rather than have players I can like grow with, because I could just grow with my like weaker. I don't know. Yeah.
So what I have found is that it's typically easier to sell the better players.
Fine, but like if I buy a 23-year-old centre mid now, and in 2 seasons I sell him as a 25-year-old centre mid, and I use my guys in this like Kouame, for example, who's going to be pretty good at quite soon-ish. But that's dependent on if I'm still in D5, isn't it?
What I have found is the best way to sell guys is to be getting young guys and using them and then selling them on eventually for more or the same. So like I think what I would recommend doing is I would look at guys that are like D2 Academy mint type players, like what I'm looking at and what Bachman's looking at, and then training those guys and play. Because like if you're in a situation where you can play them and train them, like let's say you can play them 1,500 minutes next season and train them 4 times, and you can do that for like 3 seasons in a row, all of a sudden that guy's in the 65s, you're able to sell him for more than you paid him, and you got to use him for 3 or 4 seasons. I think that's better than buying an old guy that is maxed out and that is just going to continue to get older and less valuable.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't like use that as the the reasonable comparison for me would be like, 23-year-old that maybe has 4 more potential, and he's going to be good for 2 seasons basically for me easily with a bit of sell on age. Like 25 is probably a sweet spot where you can see people still taking a punt on a 25-year-old but then he won't have any potential. So maybe they don't. I don't know.
It's a trickier spot to sell. To me, like I think, but the issue is, so like you spending 0.02 on a guy that is going to like probably be worth less than 0.02 might be worse than paying 0.07 and getting a guy that you can use for 3 or 4 seasons a little longer and sell for 0.1. I don't.
Yeah.
So like if you're getting a 23, 24-year-old who's maxed out, I don't think you can ever realistically expect to get more for him. Whereas like if you buy that guy Bachman has, there's a potential you get more for him. Or like even like let's say you sell him for 0.06 in 5 seasons and you effectively used him for 5 seasons for like 0.008. That's better than like getting an old guy for 0.02 and selling him for 0.015 in 2 seasons.
No, for sure. But it says if you're in D5 and want to get promoted quickly, you need D3, D4 mins. If you're patient, D5 mins.
I don't think that's even true. I don't think D3 mints are good enough in D5.
Maybe next seasons are though with the like increased star and stuff.
Maybe like right now, if I gave you my D3 mints this season, none of them would be good enough. Like my D3 mints, I only have 2 players over a 50. Like we've already said, you basically need high 50s to low 60s to compete in D5. D3 Academy mints don't really get above 52. And even my D2 mints don't really get there.
You've got to get like the really good ones, basically, to get.
Yeah, you got to get the good ones.
So I'm just gonna have a quick look at centre backs, just what's going around right now. So these are all 24. But all maxed. Like, Mohammed here. Great name. 23. I know he'll be 24 technically next season. So, maybe it doesn't work. Let me look for another one. 23. 22. So, like, he'll be 25 in 2 seasons. He'll be a 59 rated max. 0.03 is probably a bit chunky for him. 25. 22 can be a 6 or will be a 60. I'm going to be spending, five or six times 0.03 effectively, it seems like. Really, like on every, like.
Yeah, I think that's a realistic.
It's weird. Like centre backs aren't even that more expensive than left forwards. What we're seeing.
And which is why I would recommend going for the better players. Like I think getting the better players makes more sense.
Yeah, I mean, definitely in like the apex positions, I think that's very true. You know, like the spine positions.
Yeah.
Centre back, centre mid, whatever, centre forward if you're playing one. I think investing in those, like as far as like the mints go and like that sort of thing, is probably the way to go.
Yeah.
And then like I'm quite happy to just like cheat my way into the left forward or cheat my way into the whatever else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for
sure.
I
can't afford to do 0.07 mints on 8 guys. I just can't do that. So
yeah, I think to me the bet, like again, it's you got to figure out cost wise on yourself and like what you want to spend versus. But like to me, the best option that you can do is get a D2 mint player and then flip them 3 or 4 seasons down the road. Because like I had a D2 mint that was a center forward. I minted for 0.04. I sold him after like 3 seasons for 0.06.
Okay. Yeah.
And like that, like compared to like I bought a center back of this group that you're looking at. I basically bought Gerhard Hoffman. He's like different name. Like I basically bought that guy and I paid 0.065 at the time for him. Well, I couldn't sell him for 0.03 now probably. So like I'm basically using him with no real like plan to sell him. But like I would, if I buy that D2 mint type, I think what makes the most sense for you is like, I think you buy D2 mints and then try to sell them later. But
there's only so many I can do that though with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
correct. It's got to be a good one, a good position. Like it has to make sense.
Right.
It doesn't really work for like, and then obviously it's easier if you have a D2 club to get that mint instead of like going and buying. If you go buy it, then all of a sudden it costs more to go buy it from anyways.
Yeah, that's my it's access to the D2 mint is what I'm missing basically.
Which like I said, like I mean, honestly, like maybe you want to go buy or a D3 mint. I think it's a D3 mint. You want a D3 mint, but you want the guy to be good. So like my D3 this season just doesn't have anyone. But like I have that goalie. That goalie right now in my D3 is a 52 overall to get up to a 67.
That's better.
Maybe if he was 16 or 17, like that would be a card you could come get because my mint price is 0.038. So like maybe in that situation you come get him and then you sell him in the future for 0.05.
Right. Yeah. Those are the nuggets I need basically. That type of example. I went from D8 to D2 by 90%, buying players that would last that long and using with low level rotation guys. Didn't flip anyone. Always starts with knowing your vision of the club. Yeah. I mean I mean it was a different time then. So.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was. I think people have a bit more idea of what they want to do now, whereas like I think that you have to, but I think the idea for your club, I do think that this is an important factor, which we've kind of discussed here. I think knowing where you see yourself going, like with your club, like do you see yourself playing D1? No, probably not. No. Do you see yourself playing D2? No, probably not.
Probably not.
Do you see yourself playing D3? Maybe.
Probably my max, I reckon.
Yeah. So like maybe your play is like I'm gonna get guys that can get up to D3 level.
Yeah.
And then grow into them. Because like as you grow, as you're like building them, you can basically use your D5 and D4 as like your training grounds because your teams are going to be better and like you move up and then all of a sudden you're in D3, then you're competitive. Hopefully those guys are in the low 20s and stuff or the low 70s, high 60s, like you've grown them into it. So like I do think that is something that does matter. Like I think you're better suited buying guys that can grow into D3 than buying guys that are like capped out at like D4, D5 that are older. Because the issue is like as you see here, there's so many fucking dudes that are these levels, right? But like as you go higher, change this from silver to gold.
Yeah.
Like that's it. That's it. Like
Yeah.
there's no people. So like if someone wants a gold center back, that's the extent of the people they have to choose from. There's only 76 period.
That's wild.
Right now. Like there'll obviously be more as we go, but like right now there's only 76 total
in that age range.
There's only like 5 for sale.
Right.
And like this sale, like look at I just think that there's some merit to like, I think you probably want to get guys that are like have the potential to get here that aren't there yet. Like you want to buy them as like 55s and build them up. But
yeah,
I think it probably is a better situation. Because like, can you click on Hugo Sanchez? Because I'm assuming this person bought him super young. Click on the activity. And let's see like what his pricings went. So like, yeah, so this guy minted him 8 months ago.
Brains
minted him for literally Brains is guy. He minted him for 0.043 and then he sold him. Well, it seems like that's some weird shit. Brains was
well, Brains bought him, yeah. That says from 2 Brains, yeah.
No, yeah, okay. So yeah, so Brains bought this guy and then sold him for 0.14 eventually, or 0.15 eventually. Now, I don't think that's the case, and like, so he got 8 months of usage out of him, and like someone could come and buy this card for like 0.09. You get 8 months of 8 seasons of use, and like the guys, you're still able to sell the guy for like more than half what you paid. Like that's not terrible either.
Well, I mean, they've sold him for way more, right?
Yeah.
4 times more.
So
yeah, Brains sold. Yeah.
I don't really understand the activity.
Yeah, what's this thing?
That's weird.
It went from the same guy to the same guy.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't really have a
Brains is laundering.
Yeah, I can't really answer what's going on there. But so anyways, I just think that there's a path that like I think you probably want to be buying guys like you want to buy a D2, D3 mint type guys that can get into the 70s. I think that's more what you should be looking at. But that's not going to be as cost effective as buying a 23-year-old that is like get to like a 62 that will just be there for a D4 situation for the next 8 seasons. But I think buying that guy with plans to sell him for more or like even the same is not great. Where I do think you could buy a guy that's like a 16-year-old 55 rated player. You could buy him with the idea of like, all right, I'm going to buy him, use him, and train the shit out of him for 4 or 5 seasons. Then when he's 21 and he's a gold, I'll sell him.
I can sell him. Yeah, no, 100%. I think I should do that with like my main positions, if you know what I mean. If I can,
if you can.
Yeah, I think that's on paper the best plan. But yeah, that was fun. Well, we finally got over the line, Sean. We finally managed a promotion into the promised land of D5.
You're there.
So I'm D5 and D7 next season, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, hopefully we'll be back next week with. Well, I guess if Academy Mints come out on Thursday, maybe on like a Monday or something, we can show off what's happened type of thing.
Let's see. So the season starts next Monday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we could either do a show on Friday or on Monday, probably. I think either would be fine.
Yeah, we'll have a chat about it on Discord. I'm open to either. It's not a problem. But yeah, I appreciate everyone watching. We've had a good little turnout today. Thank you for the chat that we've had in the comment section. I appreciate you all. And yeah, hopefully we'll definitely be back one of those days, whether it's Friday or Monday. Appreciate you all. Thank you, Sean. And yeah, have a lovely midweek.